Good afternoon. How are you?
I may be 2 minutes early. I'm fine. How are you?
Fine. Please introduce yourself to those that don't know you and tell us why are we here.
All right. My name is Lisa Combrink. I've been requested by the department to chair the Culture Working Group of the G20 South African Presidency 2025.
That's a tough role, being a chairperson of the G20 Culture Working Group meeting. It's not going to be easy for the next 2 days for you.
I agree with you. It's not an easy task, but I think the fact is that all the delegates that are here from different countries are very passionate around cultural issues. And I think that we will be able to work together in order to reach some kind of consensus, to work on our zero draft declaration, and perhaps even more important than that, to come up with interventions that the G20 should champion in the cultural domain.
So, how many countries are here and why are they here? And what is it that you are planning to achieve prior to the main event happening in November?
You know, we have around 24 countries participating, and of course there are international organizations as well. They're guest countries. Recently, the African Union has also joined and become part of the G20 group, which of course for us as Africans is very important for us. But really what the G20 is trying to do is to really assert itself on the global stage in terms of culture. And as South Africa, in our issue note, we've taken on at least 4 priorities. And I think the minister this morning expanded upon that when he spoke.
He said cultural heritage preservation.
Yes, the first one is around issues of heritage preservation, but particularly around restitution and repatriation. And what we've seen in the first Culture Working Group and also the webinars that we did with UNESCO is that what a lot of countries are pushing for is that there should be commonly agreed protocols around repatriation and restitution. And I think we've been honored to even have Interpol participating in this. So that's number one. The second issue is really around it's around the cultural economy, how culture contributes to sustainable development, but how on its own it contributes economically. So that's also very important for us. What has come out in the discussions up until now is the importance of the creative workers having decent work, fair pay, and so forth. And that's been something that some countries have championed. I remember in the webinars with UNESCO, Germany, Australia, for instance, were really pushing that forward, which of course for us in South Africa is very important because we've had the problem not just after COVID, but for a very long time around creative work and how it is regarded and how it should be regarded. And then the third issue is really around the digital economy.
Yes.
But the space around the digital economy, of course, is also around artificial intelligence, both as an opportunity, but also coming with certain limitations that need to be addressed. There are ethical questions that need to be addressed. But as the minister also said earlier, it's also a question about who gets paid for what content. And the fact is that those in the Global South ought to be remunerated as fairly as those in the North. And then I think in addition to that, the fourth area is around culture and climate change. And by that we really mean 2 things. What culture can do to help address matters of climate change.
Good question.
Change.
What can culture do?
Well, what we've seen around the world is that you need to also be able to return to traditional knowledge, to traditional ways, through indigenous knowledge systems, through local languages, what people have been doing over centuries, maybe over even more than 1,000 years, to ensure their sustainability, but also the sustainability of the planet. So really, questions of climate then also go back to questions of pre-colonial times, if you will, and why we are not using that knowledge to take, this thing forward. But I think in addition to that, we need to take deep, dark, hard questions at ourselves and asking how do we, as cultural practitioners, contribute to the climate change in negative ways, and what practices should we also adopt in order to deal with this matter differently. Because once we embark on that path, it's also about what can cultural workers teach the world, or how do we assist the rest of the world. And I think that overall is an important contribution for us, because we are tired of the world seeing culture in isolation.
Like, for example, I thought this meeting is about who's going to be performing, who's going to be doing what role as cultural and creative industries, and I'm actually stunned by the stuff that you're saying.
Wow, well that's very interesting. But for me, we all know about, remember the MDGs, the Millennium Development Goal. We know that it became the SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals. But some countries, maybe including ourselves as South Africa, are pushing that culture itself is a pillar and should be a standalone goal in the next round of the SDGs come 2030. So I think that is important for us.
So you would want to have a culture kind of G20, for example? Are you referring to something like what they have with the environment, with the COP?
Yes, we are referring to that, but that it also be seen that it not simply be, education, financing and so forth, but that the culture needs to be seen as very crucial for development purposes, integral, essential, a necessity, a public good, rather than an add-on or mere entertainment, as some would wish to see it.
You only have 2 days, you are the chairperson, and you've got 24 countries. Is that enough?
Well, this is only the second meeting. There will be another meeting taking place in July in Cape Town, and then there will be a final leg in KwaZulu-Natal later this year.
We started the journey with you. Are we invited to Cape Town and KZN?
I'm sure you are, but we will have to check with the protocol officers exactly how it works. But I think it's important that there is participation from civil society. We've been able to draw in experts as well from universities, research structures, who are also helping to assist us to fortify different positions. We're also working very closely with UNESCO. So I think you yourself, as an intellectual, you're welcome to sort of join the expertise.
I was about to let you go, and I interviewed UNESCO, and they mentioned the importance of civil society, and you've also just mentioned the importance of civil society. Is everybody out there aware of that?
Well, I think we have been working with people as much as we can to sort of really bring the message of why South Africa is chairing the G20, why we are championing culture and the cultural domains. So I'm hoping the message is getting out. It may be getting out in modest ways, but I think it takes practitioners like yourself as well to help to get that message across.
How are you, Mr. Mafukat?
I'm fine, and you?
Thank you.
We are excited, the G20 Working Cultural Meeting, and what does it mean for artists and creatives in the country?
I think it means two big things. Firstly, it means that artists will have a voice here to ventilate the issues they've been crying about in the creative sector, but also to showcase the role that artists are playing in their craft. You saw today we have had Pansula dancers here on the world stage. I saw people who were taking videos of them. The
Traditional dancers outside as well.
traditional dancers, gumboot dancers, all of those things. I mean, like, children are looking at that, and the youth in the world will imitate that. Like Amapiano. Amapiano was born here. Amapiano, wherever I travel, I break with Amapiano. Amapiano makes me look very important when I talk about Amapiano when I come to other countries.
And Minister, you said the G20 is bigger than the 2010 World Cup. For creatives out there that are not aware of what's happening at the moment, what would be the message to them?
Well, the message for them is that this is the cultural working group. There's the finance ministers. There's different sectors. In those sectors, I am propagating and I'm fighting that artists must be booked. And not only for the money they'll get for performing here, but for the eyes and the eyeballs around the world. These are delegates from 24 different countries. So they are performing at 24 different world stages. And that's what I want. We are going to have the Mzansi Raw Festival over 3 days. We're going to have 450 artists performing there. Our top artists, like yourself, will headline those type of events. But we will also give the ones that has never been on a stage, never had such a crowd, the opportunity to be there and perform for the people.
What is it that the provinces will gain out of this?
The provinces today, I mean, they're being showcased. You saw the MEC was here. They talked about Joburg. I spoke about Gauteng. I gave a little bit of history. I said to people why we chose this place. I told them the place that they are in is not just another city. It's a city built on hope, a city that removed despair. But I can say to you that, people must give me a few more months.
More time.
A few more months. I'm not wanting 30 years. I want few more months, and they will see what we can do.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
How are you?
Good, and good to see you.
Beautiful event.
Thank you so much.
What's this thing about G20 Culture Working Group meeting?
So, this is one of the most, maybe in our era, the best development ever in the creative heritage sector. That for the first time, an African country is hosting a culture working group. Culture has not always been a part of the G20. It has only been, this is the fifth country hosting the G20 Culture Working Group, which gives us an opportunity to really define who we are, to take advantage of all the opportunities, to be a role player in the global space, to say this is what we want to see happening, be it in terms of restitution and safeguarding of our heritage, be it in terms of policies that protect the development and the sustainability of the creative sector, be it our contribution into the climate and culture, but also important is the issue of artificial intelligence. What is our contribution? What are the challenges? What are the opportunities that comes with those? The same goes with issues of climate change. We cannot always say that, no, we know climate change affects us. Maybe there might be a way in which we, as a sector, also contribute. How do we mitigate that? So it's an amazing opportunity. That's what this Culture Working Group present to us as a G20, to say that go back as member states, formulate policies that are going to support what we are agreeing and debating about, because it doesn't help us to sit here and talk about, oh yeah, maybe the global, the world should be like this, but we should, on the basis of the outcome of the declaration that will be the outcome of this engagement, say that as South Africa, as the continent, as Global South, here are our policies that align to what is going to make sure that there is a meaningful impact which comes as a legacy of South Africa hosting the G20.
It's just so funny that, we always looked at the G20 and we said G20 is about politicians just discussing their own issues. I was actually shocked that we as the cultural and creatives industry play a big role in this industry.
A huge role. And I think it's one great opportunity that there are no politics in the Culture Working Group. It's just content. We talk about our issues. And it's a big opportunity that what we discuss and decide on as a collective of the G20 is going to go at least at the Leaders Summit, at the Leaders Declaration, which means that heads of states of the G20 will be able to say, oh, this is what South Africa during its presidency want to see happening. How do we ensure that the culture is playing a role in solidarity, playing a role in social cohesion, playing a role in terms of job creation, playing a role in terms of empowerment, just creating that dialogue that brings people together in a sustainable way, in an equitable way. So there is a big role for us to play, and it got nothing to do with politics. It's just, of course, we have also invited the development banks, because we also want them to be part of this journey, so that we're able to tap on the resources that they can bring to the table. And they're quite keen. All we need to do is to say, here is where we would like you to invest, so that we can have a country, we can have a continent, and the world that empowers its youth through the sector.
Thank you for your kind words. I'll be here for the next 2 days, and we'll chat again after the resolutions have been made.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And
Good morning.
Good morning.
Beautiful day. Please introduce yourself and tell us why you're here.
My name is Emmanuel Robert. I represent UNESCO in this meeting, and UNESCO acts as a knowledge partner to the South African presidency of this working group.
I'm so excited to be standing next to somebody from UNESCO, because they play a big role in the cultural and creative industries. And I'm curious to know why this particular time are you here, because we've read about the sectors that you guys have created and they keep on changing. And please just tell us why you're here at the G20 Culture Group working meeting.
So UNESCO is acting as a knowledge partner of each successive presidency of the G20 Culture Working Group as the UN specialized agency with a mandate on culture. And we have been supporting all successive presidencies up until this year. And this year, under South Africa's presidency, it was the request from the Ministry of Culture to work closely with UNESCO, supporting as a knowledge partner under this work stream.
You know, you guys are forever working, and we hear about sectors, and sometimes we do get confused. How many sectors does UNESCO really recognize?
When you say sectors, do you mean sectors with
Cultural and creative industry sectors.
I don't think that we actually count the sectors. When we speak about culture, we have a comprehensive approach to culture. We speak about the cultural and creative industries, which do have a number of subsectors.
Those are the ones I'm talking about.
Including music, audiovisual, fashion. So there are a number of subsectors which are listed. If you look at the 2005 convention, UNESCO 2005 convention, these address the different subsectors that the convention covers. But then the cultural industries and the creative economy as a whole is very broad and has a number of subsectors.
And the main priorities for this meeting are four, isn't it?
The main priority for this meeting is to bring together the countries and organizations who are members of the Culture Working Group to start discussing the draft declaration, so the outcome of this meeting that the South African presidency has prepared. So it's the beginning of a negotiation process that will continue up until the meeting of Ministers of Culture planned in October.
How much influence does UNESCO have in this kind of meetings?
Our role is mainly to support the presidency. So we are here to help consensus building, provide advice when needed, provide, for example, consensual language, or also discuss with members to find agreements should specific divisions arise. So we are really here to support the preparation of the documents as needed and the building of the consensus.
And the minister spoke about the importance of cultural heritage preservation. And what's your view about that?
Well, of course, the preservation of cultural heritage is critical to prepare for the future of countries and the transmission of the memory to the future generations. And this is the core mandate of UNESCO in the field of culture, and also the core purpose of UNESCO's conventions, such as the World Heritage Conventions or the Conventions for the Safeguarding of Living Heritage, which do focus on the safeguarding of cultural heritage for future generations.
How long does it take you for UNESCO to look at the existing sectors and keep on changing? Do you do it yearly, once in 5 years, or At which intervals?
I'm not sure I get your question correctly.
Like the sectors that are already existing, right?
Yes.
They are there, but you keep on revamping them and changing. At what point do you change and add other sectors or come up with new ideas?
Oh, this is, for the time being, the definition of the cultural and creative industries from UNESCO's perspective relies on the text of the 2005 conventions. They're not regularly updated, but they're quite broad in the scope. And then it's also for the countries who are members of these conventions, who ratified this convention, to also frame the creative industry as they define it and identify the critical subsectors that need to be supported. So I think it's not for UNESCO to formally
Impose?
list and impose upon countries, and it is also something that is shaped and framed by the countries at the national level.
Okay, so you guys just give us a guiding document and it's up to each and every country to fine-tune it.
Absolutely, and the purpose of the UNESCO conventions is to provide guidance and norms at the international levels, and to support the development of policy mechanisms, of legislation that provide an enabling environment for culture to flourish and for the cultural ecosystems to thrive.
How important is policy and legislation in terms of the cultural and creative industries?
It's actually critical. I think the public institutions need to provide an enabling environment and to develop adapted policy mechanism in a specific environment which changes very quickly. And also this should encompass a closed conversation with civil society organizations, which are key in this sector, and which should also engage in policy making, in the definition and implementation of cultural policies.
What advice would you give to governments out there?
I would advise to engage in the ratification and implementation of the 2005 convention and other UNESCO conventions. South Africa is already fully committed in ratifying these normative instruments, and to support the exchange of good practices and knowledge as is happening today within this type of fora with other countries around the world. To develop a solid policy mechanism to support a resilient cultural sector moving forward in the future.
Thank you. I hope to see you soon. But the last question, you talking about 2005, and somebody might say, but it's 20 years ago. So what's happening with 2025?
The 2005, when we say 2005, it's the time when this convention was developed. But then across years, specific tools were developed to adapt to a changing environment. For example, in relation to the digital environment, in relation to AI, there has been specific policy guidance tools that have been provided to the countries to develop their policies. So 2005 is the birth of this convention, and if you look at other conventions, for example, World Heritage, that was in 1972, so that's even further away. But then as we move along, countries with support from UNESCO develop specific instruments to adapt to a changing world.
Yeah, I said it's the last one. Now this one is the last one. The influence of AI, what's your feeling about it as UNESCO?
AI has a critical transformative impact on the sector as a whole, both in the cultural and creative industries and in the culture and the field of cultural heritage. It brings about opportunities, but it also brings a number of concerns, notably in terms of being able to protect the diversity of culture online, and also ensuring that all cultural professionals can make a living. And so UNESCO is supporting the development of frameworks to support countries in addressing these issues in a balanced way.
One last one.
Oh.
Free use or fair use?
That one is a tricky one. This is the balance to be stricken between allowing the protection of intellectual property, but also enabling open access for everybody to be able to enjoy and access culture. So this is a fine balance to be found, and it's also UNESCO's role to advise countries in the way to develop adapted policy mechanism to strike
What's your advice?
balance.
You're UNESCO.
That was my advice.
Thanks a lot. Thanks
Thank
a
you
lot.
very much.
Good morning, TG.
Hi, good morning. Acting DG, Ada.
Hi, Mina, for me, you are the DG.
Hi, Ada.
TG, I'm here in Sandton for the G20 Cultural Workshop meeting, and it's exciting. We've just listened to the minister talking, and from a South Africa perspective, what are the key priorities for this meeting?
I think for us, it's very important, and we quite appreciate the move, I think around 2020, or was it earlier, by Saudi Arabia, of making sure that we put discussions around culture and the creative industries central to the discussions of the G20. So ever since that has happened, we do believe that even though there might not at this point be visible milestones that have been achieved, but it gives an opportunity for the topic itself to remain live amongst the leaders of the different countries. So as you can see today, we've got, I'm told, about 24 countries that are here today, including our guest countries. But also you noted that we have a very important stakeholder like African Union, the UNESCO, because the policies that sit there in those particular structures also become important to influence the discussions at the G20.
It's very funny that you guys are busy working here, and we as artists and creatives out there sometimes think that you guys are not doing much. I was actually shocked when I got in here and I saw all the flags and the people that are represented here, and I said to myself, the department is actually working, and it's great news. How do you send this message across so that even the creatives and artists can have a buy-in to what you are doing?
That remains a challenge, Ada, for all of us, to make sure that government, not just this department, but government communicates widely and broadly, because it's one of the reasons why Minister has pushed for the formation of those 16 clusters. We know that there are different views around that, but what Minister Mackenzie is saying is that it's important for each of the individual sectors to have a voice. Now, if we have that kind of a platform, it makes it easier for us as a department to be able to communicate, improve on raising information awareness and all the like, which we do recognize remains a challenge for us, not just this department, as I'm saying, but for government.
It's beautiful to hear you say that, more especially about the cultural and creative industries, and it's few months to go. What is it that as creatives and artists out there should we expect as a country? Because we know that a lot of work is going to be created, and we were in the other meeting for the sectors, and the minister did promise that a whole lot of artists will be working.
I think what the drive and the vision that Minister has outlined is about taking it back into the hands of the artist in a form of these sectors. Right now we're sitting with 16 clusters, but we are not stuck on 16 clusters. We are expecting that this is a start and it's supposed to grow. We would be signing, we did mention last week that we will be signing and finalizing with those sectors that have managed to put together their documents. Already one of the clusters has received their funding. More clusters have submitted, I think about 5 or 6 now that we are looking at processing. But it's not about that, Arthur. It's more around what do they do? What does this create for them? The formation of boards. Hence the emphasis of making sure that representation cuts across the country, representation cuts across gender, race, and other such grouping, because that voice is going to be able to feed back to us as well as a department, but also create a networking opportunity. And Minister was at pains to explain that this is not just about the department, but it's about the sector becoming more visible, each sector becoming more visible, and hence utilizing the networking opportunities that he has committed himself to creating.
Any last words from you, Acting DG?
For me, I think what becomes important looking at South Africa and this cultural working group being part of a global initiative like G20 means the enhancement of opportunities. But what becomes important is how do we, as the cultural and creative industry, then utilize those opportunities as a springboard. And we hope a lot will then come out of that.
From me, as one of the artists, I'm very thankful for this initiative, and I'm saying thanks to the department for this kind of initiatives. And we hope that a lot of us as artists and creatives out there get to know what the department is doing. A lot is happening, but we don't get to know about it. Thank you, DG.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Welcome to the G20. Can you please introduce yourself?
Good afternoon. My name is Angela Martins, and I work at the African Union Commission with headquarters in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. We are the newest member of the G20.
Oh, that is so great. What do you think about all the sustainability and also the equality, the solidarity of the G20, especially now that it's going to be hosted in South Africa this year?
As the African Union, we are really very happy. As South Africa is the president of the G20 for 2025. This presidency means a lot to the continent because, especially with the Culture Working Group, where we hope to advocate for more support to the arts, culture and heritage sector on the continent, and also issues related to the development of the creative economy of the continent, the restitution of cultural property and heritage, and forthcoming or new issues like the AI for cultural workers. So these are very critical issues which we hope will assist that the G20 is aware of initiatives of the continent and how the G20 platform and member states can support further the development of this important culture and arts sector on the continent.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate, and you are welcome in South Africa. Do go around and make sure that you see our culture. As Minister said, that our culture is one of the best cultures in South Africa. So if you go around and see also the exhibition center where you can be able to see our indigenous culture from our artists as well. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. South Africa is home. South Africa is Africa, and we are very happy to be here and to showcase our African rich culture to the other G20 members. Thank you so much.
My name is Ivante, so the only queen wa Mosotho ngwana Freistata se khametse morene. So listen, welcome to TLL, the Lifestyle League, and this is our brand new show called The Front Row, where we get the access to all the events in Mzansi. But guess what? I am not alone today. I'm with my girls, and I just want them to join me. Hey girls, where are you? Look at this beauty. Look at this beauty, huh? Let's show you something. Oh, So, them ladies, what are we doing here?
Oh my God, we are actually here attending the online Share Music Awards. And first of all, congratulations to all the winners. The energy in there, yeah, it's galore. So excited to be here.
Yes. Are you excited as well?
Oh my God, I'm very excited. The talent is amazing. Sibona nje DJ Maphorisa apha kuphuma abo Khuzani. I can't think of guys. It's just going to be amazing. The artists, they're doing great.
So, ladies, you know how we roll, right? We're going to be interviewing a lot of people today because we also want to find out what talent is. So, you at home, please stick around. But don't forget to also go on our social media platforms. It's only the Lifestyle League on Instagram, YouTube, and also what?
TikTok.
See you around. Woo! Let's go, my lady. So standing next to me, we have our beautiful, handsome, as you can see, the way he's wearing. And he goes by the name of Sandton, and he just won the best newcomer under the gospel category. So how are you doing, my brother?
I'm good, thanks. And how are you?
No, so when also okay.
I'm from Katlehong, Palm Beach.
Yes, sir. So you entered this competition or this awards, and how do you feel about your victory?
To be honest, I feel very happy about this moment because this is an opportunity that comes once or twice in a lifetime. So I'm very much happy about this opportunity. Thank you.
So what's the way forward now that you've won the award?
More music, more. Just expect everything new from us from now on and upwards.
Okay. So about all guys, because I'm a celebrity, no, I'm right.
Okay, you can on Facebook. I am Chumaili the Bishop, and on Instagram I'm Chumaili the Bishop _ also on Twitter I'm also Chumaili the Bishop.
Yeah. So before I let him go, I just want to make sure that he won this award on merit. How gospel man?
Tafamba na mino, famba na mina Yesu, famba na mina Yesu, famba na mina Yesu, famba na mina Yesu.
Hi, Sister Zamate. Wow, Diabonba Uwine is best traditional song. Tell me, what inspired you to do traditional music?
Into engikhule ngayo, into engikhule ngiyithanda kakhulu umculo wesintu, into nje engiyiphilayo even ekhaya sikhuliswe siyabantu ababethanda isintu, ingoma, amasiko, yonke into, ingakho silokhu ngibambelele.
That's amazing. Dibonile ne dancers zakho sengabantwana abasebancinci, so meaning you are actually also grooming the young people to be part of music wakho. Intoni yenze into bani uchoose the young ones instead of the older?
Into enza ukuthi ngikhethe bona abantwana abancane ingoba ngifuna ukuthi bakhulele entweni right, ngoba abantwana abaningi bayaphuza, bayabhema, bahamba ama group angekho right emphakathini. Mabe lapha bedansa, beperforma nami, banesikhathi esiningi sokuba nami.
And also funa bakhule beyazi imvelaphi yabo. No, this is amazing, and congratulations kwi-award yakho. I'm sure ayoyokuqala you're going to get more awards ezizayo ukompete nabo Khuzani.
Yo, mntasekhaya ngiyajabula kakhulu, vele into eyiphupho lami ukuthi nami ngishare stage nalabo abangango Khuzani kanjalo. Ngiyafisa nje, ngiyacela futhi nakubahleli bemicimbi ngathi bangalikhumbula igama lami balikhethe. Ngiyabonga kakhulu.
Siyabonga nathi siswami inkosi.
Sengikhathele ukulinda isitimela singabuyi kuloko kuthiwa indoda ayikhali. Lisana umuntu ongaphakathi kumina intambo.
Yes, Magenge. We are still here at the Share Online Music Awards, and we are standing with Mr. Zwide Sonkondlo. He won the Best Poet category. Congratulations, my brother.
Ngiyathokoza, ngiyabonga mntakwethu, ngiyabonga.
Uzizwa kanjani? Tell us about your work. Where do we get your work? Uphumaphi usuka kuphi? Uqala yiphi ngale ndaba le?
Le mpahla ngiyiqala eSneak Park la ngiphuma khona kudala ngayiqala, so yeah, iyangithokozisa ukuthi abantu bayithokozela le ndlela engibathulela ngayo inkondlo.
Mara mina ngifila ngathi awujabula ngicela usishaye nje ngepoem nyana nje uthi kancane.
Sekuyihora lesiganyezi nokuyilapho ke isiganyezi sikhazimula khona. Ngokuvuma kanye nje sengiboshiwe kuleli ketanga ngisena kuphunyuka. Usuzuliqedile leli tempela akasekho thola ukuphila kulona. Sengifana nesichusi impilo yami imile kuleli thunzi. Njalo uma ngilahlekile kule ndlela yempilo kuloko kuthiwa ngibambelele hlezi ithemba lokubuya. Njalo uma ngikubuka ngizizwa nginothando. Inhliziyo yami ithola ukuphumula kuwe. Ngiyabonga.
Congratulations, my brother.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The share online, they are happening and they are rocking, and you know that this show will never be complete without talking to the organizer, the person and the brain behind this whole thing. So standing next to me, as you can see, this is a beautiful lady. She's looking so gorgeous. Oh my God, I love your jacket. How are you doing, Nolu?
I'm good, my love, and how are you?
I am so excited to be here. But then Nolu, what does it stand for?
Nolu Thando.
Oh, Nolu Thando. So utletse lerato wena nje.
Yebo, ndinothando olukhulu.
So Nolu, you invited us here today, to come and see this beautiful work that you have put up together. So, but tell us first, what made you to come up with this beautiful idea?
I'm an artist. That's the most important thing. I need to remind people every day. So I saw a gap that artists are not given a platform, right, to showcase their craft and talents. So I said, you know what? Here's a chance. Let me actually produce the platform so that myself and others swim.
So those who don't understand what Share Online Awards are, can you maybe kindly and briefly explain what are they all about?
Okay, Share Online firstly is a baby of Share Media Holdings, the mother of everything. So we've got different departments. We've got filming, we've got podcasting, we've got Share Online, which is an online radio. And then we've got gaming and all and all. So Share Online Music Awards comes from us working with local artists, right? So we play their music and everything else. So we're like, let's honor these people because each and every day they're here with us. Let's give them the green light.
So in terms of the categories, what are we looking at?
Oh my gosh, we've got 20 categories.
20? Hey, you're busy.
Yeah, we've got 20. One thing I love is that the support we got from artists. That's number one. Artists came from afar, KZN and all around. So that's big.
When you're talking 20 categories, are we talking music, dance?
What? It's only music. We've decided to introduce the music awards. It's not only happening now. We've got other awards on May, the same awards.
But these ones are the first?
Yeah, these are the first.
Yeah, so this is the first time that you are doing them. How is the reception so far, especially from the industry? Because I know that you are part of the Cultural and Creative Industries Guild of Africa, which is SIGA, and there's so many artists that are part of the group, and you are also part of us as well. But then how has the reception been like? Do artists really approve of them? Do they really respond positively or not?
In terms of artists, right, I'm only going to speak about the artists that I usually work on. I don't want to lie, I love those people. The artists that I work with on a daily basis, I love them. I not want to lie. Whenever I rise, I'm taking them with. So artists overall, I'm not really sure because some I'm meeting them today, which I'm hoping that they'll walk the journey with me because this is not a once-off thing, it's a continuous thing, yeah. And also with the help of people like you and others, then we're good.
I mean, we can only do our best as TLL and the Front Row Show. So, in closing, I know most of event organizers, there's always a need for some kind of assistance, whether with resources, whether with any kind of support. What would you like to tell all the people that are watching out there, especially with the beautiful work that you still want to put up even coming next year?
I will not talk to the organizations and everyone who's here, like from stakeholders, but the most important people are the artists. When I called, I said, guys, this is happening. I do not have a budget. I need performers. They said, you know what, Knowles, we are there. Yeah. Guys, this is this. We honoring you guys. We do not have money to give as part of the certificates. They said, no, we're there. So I appreciate them so much. Every day when I hustle, I'm like, I'm hustling for these people. I'm not a musician. I know nothing about music. I'm a filmmaker, I'm an actress. I do not know anything about music, but they motivate me every day to want to try, to want to make the community better. If I can go and speak to people from SIGA, and then why should I not? Let me bring the information to everyone. Let's share. As Share Online, that's the initial aim of the name. It started as we had Share Magazine. The aim was to receive and share. So it's here, share and receive and share.
Dreams come true, that's facts, my nigga. That's facts, my nigga. Never give up, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Alright everyone, congratulations to all the winners at the Share Online Music Awards. And then now I'm not chilling alone, I'm here with Sbo, and she won the best female vocalist. Oh my god, how are you feeling, my sister?
Thank you. I'm overwhelmed, I'm so excited. I'm over the moon. Like I've been doing this as a hobby, but I felt like something is calling me to sing, you know. I saw a lot of things happening, especially the song that I wrote about love. That when there is love, there should be some action with it. So the song was called There's No Love Without Action. So the title of the song is called Let's Get It Right. So I would just say like, hello, bye-bye. Hello, bye-bye. Hey, you say you love her, but you just don't treat her right. You say you love him, but you just don't treat him right.
Exactly, it's true what they say, that you cannot run away from your calling. But tell us, where can we get your music, Mama?
At the moment, I'm on Spotify, Small N, and then you can get the title of the song, Let's Get It Right. And then there's another one that's called Happy. Like when you love somebody, you have to do anything to make them happy. Yeah. You call them every 5 minutes.
Congratulations to you, Sbo. I can't wait to listen to your music. Congratulations to Sbo.
Today we have the best producer, the most promising future producer, Owine Award today, which is 12 Mza. 12 Mza. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm also good. You know, congratulations on being the best producer. Are you telling me you are the future?
I good things on beat. Abantu like ngifuna ukusebenza nabo in future vele.
That's good. That's really good because they are your mentors, right? But tell me, who is actually your mentor? Except Maporisa, every artist or producer says it's Maporisa, but who's your best mentor in the best producing music?
Them two.
Oh, that's amazing. You know, how do you feel that you've won the best producer? How do you actually feel?
Ngijabulile ukujabula mama, ngingexpectanga ukuthi ivele ngizoyithola yabo. Yeah.
All right, you know, you are amazing. Congratulations and thank you so much.
I've been trying to read the names, they're so difficult, and I've tried to, get some help to be educated. These names, as you can see, just zoom in, Mr. Cameraman. I mean, how do you pronounce all of this, okay? But I'm glad that you guys are handsome, you know? Your names, they go with you, so how are you doing?
I'm good, yourself?
I'm so perfect. I am really excited because I'm sitting next to the beautiful, handsome guys. So you just won the award. And apparently, this is for the best hip-hop song. I'm gonna test you later on and find out if you can just, throw some bars. But how are you feeling about your victory?
I feel good, man. Like it's so good. Like it's like somebody's like recognizing this talent, you know, like the effort we put in the studio, the money we put behind all of that. So yeah, it just feels good.
But you look more like a lawyer. Can you rap, really?
Yeah, I can rap. I can write, I can sing.
Is it? I love the package. So how about you? How do you feel about this victory? Do you think you guys are worth it? Do you think it was good for you guys that you win for the industry to really recognize you or not?
From my experience, for how the song exists, it took us a while. So generating this new sound for us, we were more comfortable in that space. So I'm just ecstatic that we got what we actually worked for.
But do you think the hip-hop music is growing in South Africa?
I think it will grow.
It's coming back. It's coming back because like it was.
Okay, so I don't know because you're confusing me. So who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I think we're still coming back because even some of the Amapiano songs that are coming out, they still sound similar to hip hop. You understand? So I just think we need to find a common ground where we can market each other's stuff and grow together.
And she's an amazing woman. She's a powerhouse. She was a guest speaker today in the awards. So tell us, what is your influence? What made you go the business route, especially in the arts business?
Okay, so what I've noticed when it comes to South African and their artists is that most of them rely on their talent, and that is kind of halfway there. When you take the business side of things, then you merge it with your talent. Then you are able to go a step further than when you just rely on your talent. So what motivated me to take a route where I teach people about the business side of the arts is the exploitation behind artists, and like they always get performances just for exposure. They always rip them off their music. Some people record and then they don't own the music or whatever. So that made me go the business route, just to educate the artists. Yeah.
That is really amazing because you have mentioned also about brand image, how important it is as an artist, and also your organization also teaches the SMEs. What can you say to a younger person, especially, I know you did your speech today, but what can you say to a younger person who is coming up and you don't want them to say, I'm a coming up artist?
Yeah.
You know, you want them to actually have a confidence, say, I'm an artist, I'm doing my thing.
Okay, so what I can say is that, first of all, knowledge is power. You cannot be fully confident in something that you have zero knowledge about. So make sure that you educate yourself. Music is not only about singing. Music is also about branding yourself, representing yourself, being able to negotiate things that you know that are not in alignment with what you believe and what you stand for as an artist. So yeah.
Thank you so much. You are very influential and important young teacher artist, and I hope and pray that they took everything in and make sure that bazoyenza practical.
No, thank you so much.
Thanks.
I don't know, is it me or is it the vibe or what? It's so exciting to be here. And look, we are sitting here with the best male vocalist. He's a vocalist. So his name is Sim Tornado. You sing better than me.
Ngeke ngazi ngoba phela ngikaze ngakuza ucule yabo, kodwa manje singasho ukuthi I sing better than you yabo. Yeah, okwamanje. Yeah.
Mara uzizwa unjani that you won the best male vocalist? That means phela wena ustar phela.
No, I actually had a dream about this, you know, so yeah, bengazi vele yabo. So I feel proud, but I expected this. Yeah.
Okay, who else do you want to thank? Maybe your parents, your producer? Who do you want to thank?
I actually want to thank the men above. I want to thank my granny. I want to thank my father, my managers, the team behind my brand. Wonke umuntu kahlahlo o support the word, the name Sim Tornado actually.
Awesome stuff. Where do we get your music?
On Spotify, I'm Sim Tornado. If you wanna get links for the songs, you go to Instagram. You're gonna find me there under the real Sim Tornado. Facebook, I'm Sim T Tornado. TikTok, I'm also there. I'm House of Phone. Yeah, House of Phone.
But you don't look happy. Show us your happiness.
No, I am happy. It's just that you have to be low key, young, tall, and keep it balanced. Yeah, but I am happy. Shout out to everyone who voted for me. Yeah, and also you, ne?
Yeah.
Follow, landele. Thank you in advance.
Of course.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you too.
Congratulations, my brother.
So the Share Online Awards, they're still happening. Previously, I had that brother of mine who was singing the gospel, and it was so beautiful because I feel like but standing next to me, Flash Master, he just won the best singer. I'm not too sure whether it's music or dance. How are you, my brother?
I'm good, and you, ma'am?
I am so good. Why would sound like a winner award?
I'm not down. I'm still processing everything, what happened, because I was overwhelmed. I didn't know what to say. I keep feeling it like explain as wrong, but truly, to be honest, I'm happy.
Yeah. So when you entered, you weren't too sure that you're going to win.
Yeah, that's the thing. And the people kept on telling me, you're going to win, and indeed it did happen.
So now that you have won, what does this mean for you?
It means I have to keep on pushing. Next day, definitely sure I'll see Metro Awards. I have to keep on going and keep on striving for more.
Do you think the industry needs more of these kinds of awards to promote artists like yourselves who thinking that, you know what, there's nothing much that we can do at times and we are so tired of trying to look for opportunities and only few of them are available?
Yeah, indeed, they do need such events because as an individual you need to be inspired so that you can keep on pushing. You never know who you are going to meet wherever you go, so it's kind of very important to keep on striving more and attending events and keep the grind going.
I believe you're from Gauteng, right? Yeah. So everybody's watching you right now and they love this smile and we are also happy for you. Please just tell the people where can they get hold of you if they want to book you from now on.
They can find me at Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. I'm Flashmaster24.
Yes, it.
Yeah.
Oh, shake number Oh, shy. Am I charming you, bro?
No.
So what's up?
Okay. Mohobheka mina ngamjike. Thando lami lona lugcwele. Ini ngathi ufuna ukumshele. Yazidala wena wishele. Bathi, hayi ngiyamthanda. Hayi wena mani ngiyamthanda.
Ibambe. You need to pay for this. We are out.